Irondale Jones here. We all know from books, movies, and television that good always triumphs over evil. The problem has always been what to do with those villains, scoundrels, and bad guys once they had been captured and were done trying to take over the world, rule the galaxy, and bully their way to domination of their corner of Oz. It was assumed that these people could never be put back out on the streets. It turns out that's exactly where they should be, on the street, in a marching band. These villains, scoundrels, and bad guys, or VSBGs for short, are now invited to join the Irondale High School Marching Knights.
As an organization, we saw a real need here. I mean, after being defeated by the good guys, the typical VSBG has no place to go. And what they're going to do is they're going to slip back into the same self-destructive and world-destructive behaviors. So what we really needed was a way to just break that cycle, to channel their energies and make it something positive for them. And marching band fit the bill perfectly.
Irondale High School now provides a place for these VSBGs to be a productive part of society as members of the Irondale Marching Knights. The VSBGs seem to do well in the disciplined structure required by a competitive marching organization. And the rehearsal schedule leaves little time for total world domination. Of course, not everyone supported the program in the beginning.
Well, naturally, I was terrified thinking of my child with those maniacal those World Domination Challenge VSBGs. Then I realized there were skills that my child could learn from these people.
Hey, I've got this great gadget that'll make your parents forget about curfew.
Yes! And the kids are making important contacts for the future.
Yeah, I'm sure after you graduate we can find a spot for you in my organization.
And there were a few rough patches as band members and VSBGs learned to work together.
I'll admit, the VSBGs were a bit intimidating at first. But really, it's just a matter of finding the right way to motivate them.
So a section that totally kills it, March is the best in this next run, gets to rule North Oaks for 2 weeks.
Yeah! Well, it was really scary at first. But eventually I learned that the VSBGs are people with hopes and insecurities, just like everybody else. They just want to find a place to fit in, a place to be successful.
I know today was a really tough practice, but you're improving, you really are. You'll get it.
I will admit, I did have a few doubts and concerns about how things would go when we got into fundraising.
Our largest fundraiser is the Mega Raffle Sale. Frankly, we were concerned about how it would go with these former cheats and swindlers involved. The State Gambling Board was also concerned, and we did have some confusion about the basic ground rules.
Let me make this perfectly clear. You may not use the Force or any dark magic to convince people to purchase raffles.
What? And once we were able to use the in-layer surveillance cameras to monitor behavior, we were actually very pleasantly surprised. The VSBGs are natural leaders.
Luke, I am your father. Join me, and together we will sell raffles across the galaxy as father and son. Together we can sell more raffles than the Emperor.
And they are incredibly focused.
We must sell more raffles than the nasty, filthy habits, nasty, tricksy habits. We must sell the precious, precious raffles. We must sell the raffles and get the prizes. We'll sell more raffles.
Their competitive nature proved to be a big asset.
I'll get you, my pretty. And I'll sell more raffles than you too.
And at the end of the day, the VSBGs have a real knack for fundraising.
Jack, you can't win, Jack. You can't sell more raffles than we have. Look at all the money we have ready to turn in, Jack. All cash, no checks, of course.
The Irondale Marching Knights, proving that even the purely evil deserve a second chance.
Look, these people have killed tens, hundreds, thousands of people, but really deep down they're no different than you or I. Ultimately, they're just looking for a place where they can be appreciated, a place to belong, and the Marching Knights have been doing that for years.
A truly inspiring program on the part of the Marching Knights. Just remember, band members, raffle selling may be a bit more competitive this year.
All right now, take your group to New Brighton 4 and sell raffles there. Now go, fly, fly!
Make sure you get out there and get your raffles sold before some villain or their minions beat you to it.
We felt there's a real need for the VSGBs.
VSBGs.
The VSBGs.
Thinking of my child with those maniacal those
But eventually I learned that the VSBGs are people with hopes and insecurities. Just like, what is that?
Our largest fundraiser is the Mega. I can just see it already. It's on the clip at the end.
Yeah.